All right, let's get the obvious ones out of the way. The obvious ones out of the way. 2017 Justice League. Shouldn't even be on this list, but you know what? You're at the bottom. Suicide Squad, aka Studio Squad, as DC fans call it. Studio Squad, because this movie is all Warner Brothers, okay, and they're meddling. If you follow David Ayer on social media, his cut sounds so much differently, and we kind of see it in the movie. Go back and watch that first Suicide Squad trailer at Comic-Con 2016. No, 2015. Completely different. So these two are the obvious ones. Okay, let's go in order. Let's start with Rachel's favorite. Rachel's favorite movie, Man of Steel. And yeah, this one's an S for me. What this movie did for the Superman character: modernized him, made him imperfect, a Superman that was very young, a Superman that found himself in a world that didn't fully accept him, a world that wasn't ready for him. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a movie that has definitely gotten better with age. Zack Snyder, Hans Zimmer, Christopher Nolan, the most involved he was in any of these movies was Man of Steel. Handpicked Zack Snyder, Michael Shannon as General Zod, Feora, and I can't remember the actress's name, but Feora, General Zod's right-hand commander. She's a badass. Amy Adams as Lois Lane. Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White. Awesome. Man of Steel, absolutely an S for me. All right, Wonder Woman. The first one. I'm going to go A. And A is very, very good. Why not an S? We'll get to that. Let me talk about some of the things I love about Wonder Woman. First off, this movie had so many reasons to fail, right? People still didn't believe in Gal Gadot, even though she gave an impressive performance in Batman v Superman. Can she carry a movie on her own? The answer, yes. And she owned the role of Wonder Woman. The opening scene in Themyscira, the battle when the Germans invade Themyscira. Robin Wright as General Antiope. Connie Nielsen as Queen Hippolyta. Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. A great supporting cast. Wonder Woman during World War I. No Man's Land, that sequence when she's slowly climbing up from the trenches and we see her full uniform and the music and the cinematography. It was just immediately one of the best sequences in all of comic book movies. And then, of course, the Hans Zimmer. Yes. God, this movie was the hit that DC desperately needed. Now, I love Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition. I love Man of Steel. But the critics didn't agree with me. And so when I say this is the hit that they needed a critical darling, because Warner Bros. At the time cared more about that than what the fans thought. And by the fans, I mean the ones who made SnyderCut happen and possible. The ones who left their gatekeeping at the door and gave this movie a chance. gave these DC movies a chance. Wonder Woman was the movie that, dare I say, saved the DCEU. Because if Wonder Woman was bad, then you got BVS, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman. That's 3. And 2 of those movies feature Wonder Woman, who is a member of DC's Holy Trinity. So Wonder Woman an A. Now, why not an S? I'm not exactly a fan of the final battle between Ares and Wonder Woman. I don't know. Like, and then you hear Patty Jenkins talk about, I had another idea, but Warner Brothers wanted me to do this. And so she did the best that she could. But for me, it's that final battle that kind of keeps it from being an S. Okay. Oh, we didn't go in order. My goodness. We were supposed to do BVS next. My apologies. My first time back in 2 weeks. Okay. Next is BVS The Ultimate Edition. I'm going with the Ultimate Edition on this one. You ready? Woo! That's right. I am more of a fan of Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition than most people, at least in my circle. People, when they found out that Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, they were outraged. Ended up being one of the best Batman. For me, the best Batman, but one of the best on live action ever. Henry Cavill's Superman. The messages and themes of Man of Steel carried over into BVS, right? All the politics, all the internal conflict. You know, you got Pa Kent telling him, world ain't ready, they're not having you. Yeah, Jor-El saying, be their hero, you know, be the savior. That carried over into BVS. Superman was just somebody trying to do the right thing. There's a beautiful shot where it's, I believe it's Dia de los Muertos, where Superman saved somebody from a building and everybody reached out and touched him as if he were a god. Beautiful imagery. But you know why I love this movie? It's the Holy Trinity on screen for the first time. When Wonder Woman shows up and saves Batman, you remember that moment in theaters because it was the moment your eyes went from to. And I thought it was beautiful seeing all 3 of them fight together. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And the sacrifice that Superman made. You know, one of the arguments that I heard, that I still hear to this day, is that you killed Superman too early. That might be true if Zack Snyder were trying to do an MCU format of his universe, right? And what do I mean by MCU? Solo movie, solo movie, solo movie, solo movie, event movie. Phase 2. Solo movie, solo movie, solo movie, solo movie, event movie. So on and so forth. But Zack Snyder's DCEU was 5 movies. And BVS was number 2. Zack Snyder's Justice League was number 3. Justice League Part 2 was number 4. And Justice League Part 3 was 5. And in between those movies were going to be solo movies, sequels, and whatnot. Of course, that never happens, but we cross our fingers. So no, I don't think it was too soon to kill off Superman, because he was never going for the MCU route. And that's something I hope people who watch this video take away. It was never going to be the MCU 10 years, 18 or 20 movies, none of that. It was going to be 5 movies, and Ben Affleck confirmed this. It was going to be 5 movies. So I don't think it was too early at all. But I love the messages. I love the cinematography. It was exactly what they promised. It was the Empire Strikes Back of Zack Snyder's film arc. And you look at BVS and then you look at Zack Snyder's Justice League, you're like, yeah. One of these is definitely darker than the other. So for me, BVS is A. We did Suicide Squad. We did Wonder Woman. Justice League. Next up is Aquaman. Right there. I love Aquaman. It is, I've said this before, it is the most rewatchable DCEU movie. I could throw it on because there is a little bit of everything in that movie. Jason Momoa, perfectly cast as Aquaman. Arthur Curry. What's his name? Yahya Abdul Mateen II was incredible as Black Manta. And then, oh my God, what's his name? Patrick Wilson as Ocean Master. All great castings. Now, I like Amber Heard as Mira. Okay, I know there's controversy out there. I put all of that aside. Okay, because like I don't even want to get into that. Okay, both her and Johnny Depp are toxic in their own way. But yeah, I love Aquaman. Okay, I thought it's one of the most beautiful DCU movies. Atlantis looks amazing. The Trench. James Wan said, okay, I only get this much horror. Well, I'm going to make it dark and scary. And when the trench monsters showed up, holy crap, did that movie get dark. But then, just I love it, Arthur Curry, a man stuck between two worlds, he's born to be a king, but he's very much cares about the land people. That's what makes him a great king. I love Aquaman, and I can't wait for Lost Kingdom. So after Aquaman is Shazam. But first, let's get to some comments here. Can't fault Man of Steel. Yeah, the casting is so good. Oh my God, it's just amazing. Wonder Woman was awesome until I'm so glad that you agree with me, Rachel. Thank you. But yeah, I still love Wonder Woman. I celebrate it. I champion the Amazonian spinoff that they talked about. Please do that. And you know what? I think HBO Max would be perfect because instead of getting a 2-hour movie, how about 10 1-hour episodes of Queen Hippolyta, General Antio, and all these fierce Amazonian warriors who are just amazing. And look, yes, Patty Jenkins, I'm fine with her doing that, but you got to get Zack Snyder involved somehow. Zack Snyder knows how to shoot the Amazons on screen. There's something about when Zack Snyder does it. It's 300 like. It's what we saw for 300. What the hell is that? Did I say you can play an ad or did I scroll down? Jesus Christ. Although that video game, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, that was amazing. I can't wait for that. Wonder Woman might be S tier. Hey, I won't argue with you there. I have Wonder Woman in the A tier, but I will not argue with anybody who puts it in the S tier. That movie had so many reasons to fail, and it didn't. Uh, hey, Rachel, I've been all right. Okay, I've been defending BVS for 5 years, and I'm ready to go another 5 more years. Okay. Um, yeah, you need to watch the Ultimate Edition, Stardew. It's 3 hours long, but you're gonna see the Ultimate Edition. You're gonna be like, Warner Brothers, I don't ever want to see you cut 30 minutes from another DC movie. I don't care what. And yeah, Aquaman, love Aquaman, love Aquaman. But let's continue. Shazam. How crazy would it have been if I said that and then okay, Shazam right there. Not exactly my cup of tea, but that's not a negative for the movie. I thought David Sandberg did a pretty damn good job, but my problem with Shazam is that David Sandberg did not have the kind of confidence that his movie would do well to get a sequel. And he stated that in an interview. He wanted to fit everything he could into this Shazam movie in case this was his only shot. And I thought, while it was cool to see the Shazam family, I thought it for me, I thought it was too damn soon. It did not sit right with me. Again, I'm not saying that never introduced them on screen before the first movie. They decided let's do an origin, and it was great. It focused on Billy Batson. That scene where he goes to visit his mother, and his mother was just a total bitch. Like I I have a personal story that hit close with me there. But there was just I don't know, some of the humor didn't work. Shazam's costume was too puffy, and again, not my cup of tea. I thought the Shazam family, you did that a little bit too early. All that aside, it's still a solid movie. Mark Strong was excellent as the villain, Dr. Savanya. Forgive me. Um, I thought it was a a good starting point for Shazam. And let me tell you, Shazam: Fury of Gods, that movie, from what we've seen so far, the first look at the new costumes for the Shazam family, the fact that you got Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, who I just watched Kill Bill Volume 1 the other day. Like, where the heck has she been? I'm so happy that they're in this movie. Shazam: Fury of Gods looks good. I don't think B is a bad at all. Okay. I think it's fine. Could have been better, but I got, man, Fury of Gods, Shazam: Fury of Gods. That movie is climbing up my most anticipated. Okay, so after Shazam, that was 2018. No, that was 2019. Birds of Prey. Right there. Birds of Prey is a fine movie. Okay, it's fine. There are things. There are a lot of great solo performances in Birds of Prey. Okay, Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress, excellent. God, how do you say her name? Oh my God, Black Canary. How do you? Hold on. I'm terrible with names, guys. I'm sorry. I will admit it. I'm terrible with names. I have her name right. Journey Smollett, and I'm so happy she's getting her own HBO Max series. Jeremy Smollett as Black Canary. Great performance. Great casting. We know Margot Robbie's great as Harley Quinn. And Ewan McGregor as Black Mask. Roman Sionis. Yeah. Great performances. Then you get to the other performances. You got Rosie Perez as, I believe, Renee Montoya. Nah, that doesn't work for me. And then I don't know. Like, I don't have anything against kid actors, but the kid, I just no, didn't work for me. And then there was the whole Jared Leto's Joker, where was he in a movie? Is he not in a movie? And then when we saw the movie, it was like, okay, that's not Jared Leto as Joker, which I don't know why the hell you wouldn't have him in the movie. Okay, like if Warner Brothers was like, we didn't like what we saw from Jared Leto's Joker, well, that's kind of your fault for literally cutting his performance up. Hashtag release the air cut, please. If anything, so we can see Jared Leto's real full performance as Joker. Say what you want about Suicide Squad. He did not get a fair shake. And then also with Birds of Prey, I would have liked to have seen more of Joker and Harley Quinn. Because I think had we gotten a movie or more footage of the two, the mad love, I think it would have served Birds of Prey better. Hey, look, I think Birds of Prey is fine, okay? Performances, the story's okay. Again, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of Joker and Harley Quinn to make it more effective. The action was all right. Above average. I'll tell you though, seeing Black Canary do her roar, woo! Oof. I'm so happy that they're doing more on for her character. All right, so Birds of Prey. Let's see here. Next up is Wonder Woman 84, but let's get to some comments here. Rachel, Asher Angel was the best part of Shazam for me. Not sure how they'll age up going forward. And that makes me sad. Well, from what I've heard in the comics, when Billy Batson grows up, he kind of looks identical to Shazam. So I think we're safe there. But if you see the set photos for Shazam Fury of Gods, yeah, Asher Angel, the Billy Batson kid, he got older. That's why, man, like if I were a director and I'm directing kids and whatnot, a movie based on kids and or even a series, I'm trying to shoot those movies back to back because the kids grow up fast. They do. Just hope Dwayne and Levi will team up at some point, but doesn't need to be soon. Yeah, I need to see them fight first. I need to see Black Adam versus Superman, and then Black Adam versus Superman versus Shazam. Guys, do me a favor. Say hello to my brother Jordan. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you stopping by. Hardworking man. God, I miss him. Lucy was with Charlie talking about angel stuff. Charlie's Angels. Thanks for stopping by, Jordan. I appreciate it, man. We'll get together soon. Birds of Prey, the team up could have been better. More than 4 members fighting, I think. Yeah, and you know what? Birds of Prey, I don't know, the scene where Harley Quinn was trying to break into the police station and using bean bags. I thought that looked cool and impressive until I saw the Suicide Squad and what James Gunn did for her. Not a diss on Kathy Yan. Kathy Yan did a good job with Birds of Prey, but yeah, James Gunn, appreciate that. Man, Jordan, I'm so happy you're here, dude. Okay, we got 3 more DC movies to get to. Wonder Woman 1984. A lot of fans do not like this movie, but I think while it's a very flawed movie, Wonder Woman 1984, very flawed, ultimately a feel-good movie. Gal Gadot is the best she's ever been as Wonder Woman. That scene where Wonder Woman has to say goodbye to Steve Trevor. Oh my God. We'll get to Steve Trevor. But that emotional scene, wow. And put aside, did she already know how to fly or not? When she is in the air and she is flying and she hears Steve's words about flying and you hear the music, great. Who plays Maxwell Lord? What's his name? God damn it. He is in Mandalorian. What is his name? Maxwell Lord, the guy who played the bad guy. Pedro Pascal. I loved him as Maxwell Lord. Up until the end when he's like, granted, your wish is granted. Your wish is wow. But before that, Maxwell Lord, Pedro Pascal, great. Kristen Wiig, I thought was good as Cheetah. That Cheetah design with the VFX, it I recently saw it again. It doesn't hold up. They need to change her design if she's going to come back. But yeah, I thought Wonder Woman 84 did just enough to be better than these two fudgers on the bottom. Hans Zimmer's music, the opening Amazonian Olympics. Remember, 2020, even though we just got the Olympics, 2020 robbed us of the Olympics. So to see the Amazonians compete, even though it was only for like 6 or 7 minutes, great. We needed more Wonder Woman action, for sure. And while it was good to see Chris Pine and Gal Gadot on screen again, yeah, the whole Chris Pine taking over another man's body, I get what Patty Jenkins was going for, wasn't executed very well. But like I said, ultimately a feel-good movie. You'll walk away from Wonder Woman 1984 feeling a sense of hope, a sense of strength that even though we may suffer losses throughout our lives, we have the power to overcome it through love and support, not just of family but friends. So Wonder Woman 84, and then Zack Snyder's Justice League. Not even a question, not even, well, a little bit of a debate. Man of Steel, man. But, oh, you guys, you have to excuse me. My baby niece is crying. Her stomach isn't feeling well. Excuse it. We'll try and wrap up here. So, Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. All this movie had to do was be better than 2017's Justice League. If you haven't seen Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max, please do yourself a favor. Excuse me. I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. Love, love, love this movie. It is 4 hours long. That is not a problem for me. It is Zack Snyder's fifth symphony. Symphony. It is the Mona Lisa. It is a a piece of art unlike anything we've seen in the comic book genre. I mean, this movie also it represents a certain something for me as a DC fan. Because anybody who's been following me for years, I have been championing the director's cut of Justice League to see the light of day. And getting this movie right here, getting Zack Snyder's Justice League represents a closing of a chapter in my movie punditry journey life. This movie is like the closing of a chapter of years of championing, years of staying positive, years of being hopeful. And look, guys, these are just movies, okay? They're just movies, okay? But for some of us, like somebody who collects cars, like somebody who collects art, like somebody who collects Beanie Babies, for me, these movies mean so much more, okay? It not only represents the best of us, but also the the fandom, the community, the camaraderie of all of us coming together to enjoy something that we all find just fascinating. I love this movie. I love the music. I love the imagery. I love the moment when Flash goes back in time and saves the Justice League. I love Ray Fisher's Cyborg. Talk about black superheroes on screen done right. And they're not only powerful, but they're vulnerable. And the relationship between Cyborg and his father, the importance of fatherhood. This movie, I love it. And one thing, look, I got law enforcement in my family, my immediate family. And when we see Lois Lane deliver coffee to police officers, protecting Superman's fallen statue and all of the fallen heroes, I don't know. That's something that sticks out to me because I have family in law enforcement. Not all law enforcement's bad, and I'm getting into something. Never mind. Anyways, and Superman. When Superman shows up in a black suit and you hear the theme and you're just, yes, Superman, that is our guy. Oh, excuse me, sorry. But I love this movie and I cannot wait to do a watch along on Apocalypse one day. Whew. See, I'm sweating now that I'm talking about this movie. We got one more, guys, and that's James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, currently on HBO Max for one more week. If you haven't seen it, I love this movie. I love The Suicide Squad. A lot of people are just like, it's not my cup of tea. What are you doing, James Gunn? This ain't David Ayer's Suicide Squad. So what? You can be a fan of both. Enough tribalism, enough of that crap. Life is too short. There's way too much content out there being produced on Netflix, HBO Max, Prime Video, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatnot. Like what you like, love what you love, but stop with the comparisons and Team A, Team B, this and that. I love the Suicide Squad. For me, it goes right here in the A tier. Peacemaker, John Cena's Peacemaker. I believe, what does he say? I believe in peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I have to kill. We got the best version of Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Polka Dot Man. Who would have thought Polka Dot Man would be amazing? Ratcatcher 2. A character who controls rats, and she gets one of the most heartfelt scenes in any comic book movie. And then James Gunn not playing it safe. Enough with playing it safe. Stop playing it safe in comic book movies. Take risks. Kill off a character and actually let them die instead of bringing them back in a Disney Plus series or bringing them back in a future movie or whatnot. And that's what he did. James Gunn did not hold back. And regardless of how you feel, maybe the violence is not your cup of tea or the humor wasn't your cup of tea, there's a certain level of respect to be given. The music is incredible. I've never listened to Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues so much. I thought that was a perfect opening. The fact that you find out within the first 10 minutes, oh, this is a Suicide Squad movie. Nobody is safe. The fact that he made a giant starfish somebody we can sympathize with. And then you take one of the best sci-fi movies, Alien and Aliens. Remember those face huggers? That's what he did with Starro. And it was creepy. It was horrific. And yeah, I'm excited for Peacemaker. I thought, man, I thought the Suicide Squad was a great achievement. I give Warner Brothers credit. Warner Brothers, you as a studio, man, you need to listen to your fans more, okay? Because they're the ones putting up money. They're the ones on a Sunday night doing these YouTube streams, talking about your shit passionately. Listen to your fans more. We're going to spread the word. Trust us. But they did good getting James Gunn, because James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, he was fired from Marvel, and he was only available for a little bit of time, and they took advantage of that. We got a Peacemaker series coming out in January with John Cena on HBO Max and the Suicide Squad for one more week. And I love this movie. And if you hate it, I'm sorry you feel that way. I respect your opinion. It doesn't work for you. I won't argue with you. But for me, man, I love that movie. Love that movie. So there we go, guys. That's my tier. Let me excuse me. Zoom in a little bit. So we got Zack Snyder's Justice League, no surprise, followed closely by Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, the first Wonder Woman, the Suicide Squad, Aquaman, Shazam, Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 84, Suicide Squad 2016, aka Studio Squad, hashtag release the air cut, hashtag give us the director's cut of this movie. I guarantee you it's 10 times better than this one. And then we got this fucking piece of shit, piece of trash. Oh my goodness. 2017 was a just bad year for me for personal reasons, for professional reasons. And this one right here kind of falls into both categories because I take this YouTube thing seriously, a little too seriously. Movies, a little too seriously sometimes. Whatever. It's what I'm into. So there we go. I'm going to screenshot this just so I have it. And that is my DC rankings, guys. Feel free to share your thoughts on any of the movies, something that stood out to you, a movie that stood out to you.